Welcome to the Triple F Podcast.
Episode number 69.
69.
69. What is it, like butt stuff and in your
Hell
mouth?
yeah.
Because when you're dude 69, yeah, because then it's just.
What are you talking
Well,
about?
I'm talking about dudes at 69, and that way one guy gets the raw end of that deal.
No, they both get their dicks
they
sucked.
both get their dicks sucked.
Yeah, but one of them's like, oh, the whole time.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the white
but
guy.
Some people like that.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I mean, I
Yeah.
guess.
If you're gay, in the comments, let me know.
Sound off in the comments.
Let me know how you like it.
This is good. We got Jeff back.
Yeah.
Jeff-
Jeff is cancer-free.
Yay.
Look at that.
Can you see it? Turn your head. Show everybody that you don't have cancer.
Look at
Prove
that.
it.
Boom. Yeah,
Prove it,
dude.
dumbass.
Cancer's gone.
Mm-hmm.
During the experience, they numbed my whole face, which felt really weird.
Yeah.
And then I was a little loopy. They didn't put me under, but I felt a little loopy from all the numbing shit that they put into my face.
Really?
Yeah, my face was really numb. And then the nurse was like, "How do you feel?" And I said, "I can't feel my face," which reminded me of the Lil
Weeknd.
Wayne song.
Oh, sorry.
The Lil Wayne album with Joel Santana, "I Can't Feel My Face." So then I started humming that song, and then the doctor came in to put stitches, and while he was stitching my face, I was like, "I can't feel my face, the album. Now watch me put the beat to sleep like a Valium." And he was like, "Can you stop humming?" And I was like, "Yeah."
Yeah, gotcha. My bad.
My bad, dude. My bad. Just having a little fun.
Well,
Dude, you're
hey,
just messing around.
I'm glad that
I
You
was
were
just
messing around.
goofing, dude.
Sorry.
Oh.
The
That's-
fuck, man.
I downloaded my set. It just popped up from San Diego. My bad.
San Diego.
We're in our new not possible. Dude, the people who watch this are like, why can't they figure out where they're
Dude, we look like
recording
a
this
fucking.
thing?
We're getting trafficked in every
We-
episode.
yeah,
we just
dude.
go to different venues. And
we
locations.
literally, like, it looks like we're moving home to home.
Dude, let's think about all the places we've recorded. The Boynton Beach,
So in Boynton, my old house in Boynton, we've recorded
the ISIS cave,
at your house, the ISIS cave. We
the
recorded
green room in Arizona,
the green room in
and Prop.
Arizona. We recorded at Jeff's house.
New Orleans Hotel.
New Orleans,
New Orleans
Hotel.
Hotel. We've recorded here in
In
this
different-
room and in the living room.
7 different venues.
7 different places we've
We're
recorded.
traveling boys.
Yeah, I get. Not really. We just can't
Yeah,
figure out like a good place
We're
to do
just kind of
this.
stupid.
I do think that this will be where we do it from
Yeah.
now on, though. So until we move,
Maybe. Unless we die.
Damn, dude.
you're the one who has
Yeah, you have
cancer,
cancer, dude,
motherfucker.
yeah.
Not anymore, dude. I beat it.
Well, that shit could come back though.
Hey, dude, you know what? There's a lot of hype around cancer. Pretty fucking easy to beat, if I'm being honest.
Honestly, if you have $1,200, it's
It goes
really
away.
easy to beat.
Yo, anybody out there who's fighting it, beat it already, dude. What are you doing?
Goofball, just beat it.
My dad
Michael
had
Jackson.
Quit lollygagging and beat the goddamn
My dad
thing.
had a skin tag on his nose that was cancerous, and he just kept pulling it off. he would see me just have an
That's
open wound on his face,
That's
and he would.
so gross.
And it's
dude.
crazy because then he was.
That's
it's
not
crazy.
how it works.
No, I know.
For
He
sure.
would pick it off. He would just scrape it out, and then he would smoke cigarettes, and then like the smoke would obviously go in there, and it would get it infected. It would infect it.
Ew.
Well, I also don't think it's necessarily the cigarettes. I think he probably
Here's
picking
the
his
thing.
dirty
If
fingernails.
I know anything about your dad, he's got some dirt under his
Oh yeah,
fingernails.
dude.
All
And
the
oil.
time.
Oil.
There's never not that black line.
yeah. He's
that's
got
just,
meat hands, dude.
That dude, that's how dads.
That's dad hands.
Dude, I've been on my dad tip lately, bro. Dad should have a couple things. Dads, and I said this last night. Dads should not be able to stay awake easily after 9 p.m.
Mm-mm.
Dads
Yeah.
should not have sleep apnea. Your dad has to have sleep apnea.
Yeah, they have to snore on the couch, and it bothers everyone.
If they don't snore on the couch and it can't be heard in every room, your dad's a pussy. Also, they never want to wear the sleep apnea mask. If your dad has sleep apnea and he's like, no, but I just wear my mask, it's not a big deal. Your dad is trans. That's as far as I'm concerned.
Mhm.
And this
Your
is
dad's your mom.
your dad is your mom, and they haven't told you yet. And if this one's optional, but I do feel like it falls in the majority, I feel like your dad should have bald ankles for no reason.
Now, what do you mean by that? You said that yesterday, and what do you mean by
They
bald?
have
like they're
bald
no hair?
ankles. Yeah. So like dads, if you look, and I think I have a theory behind it. Dads, and I want you guys to look at your dads next time. From about an inch or two above the ankle bone down,
The boots.
their ankles get bald either from boots, if your dad's a hard-working dad, or from the crew socks that they buy from Target. it's just a lifetime of that. My dad says that his are from, he played football when he was young, and they used to just, now they lay a layer of gauze down and then tape around him. He said they just taped straight to our skin back then, which is like a very, like, I also walked uphill both ways to practice. That's what he said. And he said, I think them just ripping it off. And I was like, Dad, you played football for like, what, 4 years? You're 60. Surely 4 years of taping your ankles didn't make all of the hair on your leg. Like, it just doesn't make sense.
So do you think it's manly to not have hair?
I think it's manly.
Because I have tons of hair.
Here's the deal. I think if against your will your ankles are bald,
I wore boots every day for 4 years.
You're a man.
I think your dad should refer. If your dad's good with technology, your dad sucks.
Yeah, dude.
I also agree.
If your dad doesn't look at the.
If your dad doesn't call you and be like, "Which one of my remotes is the sound?"
Yeah,
you got a bad dad. And your dad should refer to every website, piece of software, app with "the" in front of
Yes,
it.
Yeah,
I saw it on
Facebook.
the Facebook.
Yeah. Also,
somebody was doing that the other day.
He also shouldn't be able to. He should get mad when you're on your phone too. If you're in front of him and you start texting, he's like, "Who are you talking to right now?
Who are you talking to?
Right now, who are you talking to?"
If your dad's good at technology, your dad sucks.
Dude, your dad sucks, dude. My dad's just figuring out how to Google.
No. I also think this applies to both parents. I think your parents haven't had a hard enough life, which builds character, if their font on their phone isn't larger than normal. Yeah, like
giant.
If
everything's a paragraph.
It's because here's the deal. That means they haven't been looking at stuff really hard, which means they've had a really easy life, and we don't expect that.
We were looking at Ariel's dad was showing us photos that he took of us when we had like a family thing for the 4th, and he was like, "Oh, these are good photos." And then he was like, "Don't scroll too far." And then we started scrolling as a joke, and there's just, naked woman after naked woman after naked woman. And then he goes, "Well, Archie sends them to me. That's why." And then we were like, "Well, why'd you save him?" And he goes, "'Cause I send them to other people too."
Yeah.
Your dad should also have friends with stupid names like Archie.
Yeah.
Dude, that's an old guy thing. Is just like, look at this hot chick. It's like, where'd you find? They're just sending each other porn.
Dude,
That's okay.
And it's just like
because
they
came from the
porn.
days of
Magazines.
borrowing
Yes.
VHSs and stuff from each
Dude,
other.
magazines.
My dad has a
even.
friend whose nickname is Chainsaw.
Hilarious.
And then you ask him why his name's Chainsaw, and it's because he's missing a finger. And then you ask what happened to your finger, and he was like, "I worked at the railroad, and it got caught in a cart, and it ripped off." And I'm like, "So nothing with the chainsaw."
So call him Railroad.
Yeah. Any of it. And there's a guy named Chainsaw that I know that missing a finger. That's the whole explanation makes no sense. It's like,
yeah, I don't know. I think, dude, I always think about, like, we had this like friend who had a lake house. They ended up giving it to us, which is a very white thing. Like, it's a super shitty lake house.
well, that's
it's not nice.
A lake house sounds crazy.
I think
good.
what really happened is my dad, who's a contractor because he's a man, did some work for him, and in the deal, we acquired the lake house. And lake house is really, it's not even like a house like this.
It's like a cabin.
It's, you
It's
feel like
somehow an above ground lake.
it's
like it's a shit.
They have like a
It's white
border.
trash.
It's shitty.
Yes. But there was just like, I remember there is always just like Budweiser posters with like naked women on them in the garage. And it's like, that's a hilarious thing to hang up, because at a certain point you have to be like, I like looking at this. But like, we're so used to just like having literally any sort of
Anything you want.
porn, whatever, on our phones that like, I would never hang a naked girl up in my, like a poster of a naked girl in my room.
Dude, in the basement of my house growing up, we don't have a finished basement. We have like a
Of course.
cellar. It's like a cellar
well, no
basement.
is completely done.
Yeah, but you've seen like nice basements with like.
Dude, if your basement has carpet, fuck off.
yeah,
bro.
and we have like I'm talking. It looks like a cellar. Like it's scary.
He grew
down
up
there.
in Florida, so
Yeah.
you've never.
So it's like
you don't have basements here.
my basement
I've been in a basement.
looks like
I
a
feel like
fucking
you've been in
yeah.
one,
My
but yeah.
basement looks like a dungeon. Like it's
Yeah.
scary. Like I used to sprint up the stairs because I was afraid of like what's underneath the stairs. And
I
we used
had a dream I did that the other night, and somebody was at the top of the stairs going, "They're gonna get you," like joking with me. Okay, anyways,
And,
continue. That was weird.
yeah,
That
that's
unlocked a weird dream.
Yeah,
memory.
and my dad in our basement, we used to have an old like a cabinet with the door that was just like it's like half on, like one of the top bolts was like
Yeah.
loose, and in it was just like 400 porno magazines, like
Hell yeah,
Playboy,
dude.
and that was like what I used to be in like 3rd grade. I used to walk down there, find that, and like that's just where we kept it. And then my mom eventually was like, "You have to get rid of this."
You weren't jacking off in 3rd grade,
Yeah,
though.
yeah, it was.
3rd grade.
Yeah, dude.
Third
I started
grade?
jacking off early, dude. Early.
That's early. That's
is.
really early.
I
How
don't
old
remember.
Are you in 3rd grade?
Yeah,
9, 10?
Yeah.
That's early, dude.
I wasn't coming.
Wait.
What were you doing?
It was turning red.
You're just beating that motherfucker.
Oh, it was like, it would feel good. It just wouldn't
Yeah,
come.
dude, you're like 10 in 3rd grade.
Yeah.
I just had to do some serious math, dude. Yeah.
Yeah, I was jacking off back then.
Damn.
Like a lot.
But for nothing.
Like problematic.
Like
dude.
for nothing. Like
Yeah.
you with no, you didn't come.
Mm-mm. It was just like it was like
You know, the first couple times you come, it's not a lot. It's
Yeah.
like very little. Like
I did it on accident the first time. The
Yeah,
first
you've
porn
told
I
this
the
story.
first porn I looked at was magazines though that my
Yeah.
dad had. Yeah.
where do you keep them?
In his bedside drawer, but in the bottom, like in the back.
I don't.
I was
I
just-
can't
I just
recall.
rummaged through
Do
my
moms
shit.
not care about that?
I don't know.
Because like I feel like it'd be weird to have like because it's imagine like you just what it'd be equivalent to is like you just leave your laptop open with porn in your browser.
I don't know, dude.
It's like
I
that's
don't.
crazy, dude.
I don't
That's
really
crazy.
know my parents' relationship to that degree, nor do I want. I don't want to know if my mom doesn't
that's
like
true.
if my dad watches porn.
How do you watch porn together if it's a magazine?
You just
Mm.
flip one person holds one, the other holds the other side, so it's open in the middle of you guys, and you guys each use your free hand to go or.
You've got to fight though, because your
It's
mom's
a-
like, flip the page, and your dad's like, hold on, I'm not done with this page. She's like, oh yeah, you like her, don't
Yeah.
you?
I've
I
never
knew you
watched
liked
porn
that
with a
bitch just because
significant
she's blonde. You know I'm not. You know I'm insecure about this. She looks like my friend Kelly. Is that what it is?
It's a porn magazine from the '90s, so they're all blonde.
Yeah.
With true.
They're all blonde with double D tits and bushes.
Yeah, a little. I was just gonna say you got the bush, dude.
Not a full bush, but
It's
they
the strip.
trimmed back. In
Yeah, yeah.
90s they
It's the
trimmed.
It's the strip.
Nothing beats like seeing a woman on the beach who clearly got fake tits in the '90s, and it's like, God damn, those things
Yeah.
look stupid as
Because
hell.
they're bad. They're not good
Yeah.
anymore.
They're like
And
really up there.
tits are not in.
Tits
Just
are in.
news
Tits never
flash.
left, baby.
News flash. Tits aren't in.
Tits are in, dude.
No.
Tits never left.
I do think that
Ass is having a moment, but tits never left.
racially speaking, white guys love tits.
I like tits.
Yeah. White
I
dudes
think
love tits.
I think
like
we
sloppy
love big
hogs.
tits, but we also like big asses, but I think just generally speaking, it's like fear of too much cheek. I think
Mhm.
you've said this before, maybe.
Maybe.
I've heard this somewhere.
I
It's
talk
just
about
the
how I have a
idea
fear of
like too much cheek, and I might not make it all the
that's
way
what
through.
exactly. Yes, I talked
Mhm.
about this. Like Nicki Minaj. Like I don't think I
Mhm.
wouldn't want to.
That's crazy.
I wouldn't want to. I would embarrass myself.
I think
know
Nicki
would embarrass
Minaj has a drug problem and has like mental illness. By the way,
myself. I think most celebrities do.
All right.
no, but hers is like pretty apparent. Either way,
I'd fuck her.
I guess.
I'd fuck that loopy bitch.
I'm not really that attracted to Nicki Minaj.
Do you think when she comes, she's like, "La, la, 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 la," and she does that voice? That'd be cool.
The rap voice.
I don't
I'm the
know.
rap. It's
No.
rap beef is. She had like beef with like who is she beefing with? Cardi B, just because it was like she was another successful female rapper. That's funny.
Only I can talk about pussy in raps.
Yeah. Hey.
I
Hilarious.
talk about pussy.
Hilarious. Rap fucking.
This is a heater, dude.
This sucks.
69, what a heater, dude.
Dude, we were going strong with the porn stuff. I feel like
I
you
do
guys
like
are
the new-
overcritical,
Dude,
bro.
I like that new fucking tattoo.
The
a lot.
dog?
The
Isn't
dog
it
looks
hard as
fucking
fuck?
sick, dude.
Yeah, dude, I like it a lot. None of you guys can see it, but
Yeah, it looks like a. Look at that thing.
roof. I feel like we're too overcritical of ourselves. I think that we were having a good time talking about dads. I think we
Dads was a good.
I think
riff.
we transitioned to rat beef kind of absurdly.
That was my fault.
no, I know, but
Yeah,
it's
definitely.
okay.
Yeah,
Definitely.
it's-
I didn't think you
Yeah.
didn't think it was your fault, but I think
yeah.
we were having fun, and now it's over.
It was over. It was
How long have we been?
What's the time?
By the
on
way, we have a
this?
Patreon.
What's the time? Oh, dude, fuck! We didn't even mention that.
Yeah.
Should we?
Yeah, we should
Fuck.
mention it.
We have a Patreon
We
now.
just started it. Go subscribe.
How do you just go subscribe?
So
Is
there'll be a link in the YouTube bio, or you
and
can,
in my bio and all
yeah,
of our
all
bios.
of our bios. Any on our Instagrams, we'll have it linked.
So
and
if you
everything.
want an extra,
45
episode a
minutes.
week, go to our Patreon and subscribe. If
And
you
we
want
can say whatever we want on Patreon.
Yeah, I don't have to censor anything.
Like poopy and
I don't
pee-pee.
really. What
I
do you
cut
mean?
stuff out. We've had to cut stuff out. in the
We've had to
past.
cut a lot of things out.
Yeah.
Are you saying those things wouldn't get cut out on
Yeah,
the
those
Patreon?
stay in.
Yeah, they staying in.
Because
the
if you're
Patreon.
paying, you're not telling on us.
Also,
You're a good
Patreon.
girl.
We're doing a once a month Zoom call with all the patrons, and you have to be in blackface.
It's like a way to keep. It's like a way. We start blackmailing everybody who's in our Patreon.
Yeah. You have.
We don't support blackface. We need you in blackface because if
blackmail
we're
you.
not gonna edit out some of the shit that we say, specifically Jeff, if I'm gonna be completely honest, then we need to have blackmail on you. Blackmail, blackface.
I wrote. Can I tell?
Which
What
is
a
also
fun
the name
trick
of my
that would
favorite
be.
album.
To just go onto Zoom and everyone's in blackface but you, and you're like, so you've been tricked.
You fucked up. Hey, idiots. You fucked up. I hope you don't like your job.
Dude,
You'll notice
Give me
I'm
the
late to this Zoom call. It's because I looked you all up on LinkedIn and I know your employers.
Yeah.
Now we're raising it to $100 a month, and you're not going anywhere.
And yeah, that's a good dude. We should cut this out.
We're gonna trap you, you fucking dumbasses.
I did want to say something. Hunter sent me money after the laptop thing.
Oh yeah, shout out Hunter.
Hunter K. I don't know if I want to say his last name.
Don't say his last name.
But
That's
yeah.
shout out good.
Shout
Hunter
out. I'm looking
Biden.
at his
Shout out,
profile
dude.
right now.
Did you see that coke got found in the White House?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And, dude, Trump's response was funny. He was just like, it was probably Hunter Biden's.
Of course it was.
That's so funny though to just bring that beef back up.
I saw someone on Twitter who was just like, I don't understand the criticism. You call him Sleepy Joe for 2 years, and then he does something to wake himself up, and everyone's up in arms about it.
Bro, there is no way that with all of... Listen, I've watched House of Cards, okay? You see the way those guys are hustling, busting around, trying to get shit done for the fucking people funding them? They're up early. They're awake late. They're always running on insane manic energy. There's no way. Dude, so many of those politicians and people have to be on drugs.
They're
There's
all on
no
Adderall.
way. I know, but one
Trump
thing...
was on Benadryl.
I heard Trump does Adderall.
He probably does.
I heard that he does Adderall.
You ever see that picture of like he has like a drawer open in his desk and he's like taking a picture and it's just like filled with like Benadryl AM, like the stuff that helps you go up.
It's like it's got Sudafed in it.
Yeah, it's Sudafed.
Yeah, which is
yeah.
what you make meth out of, by the way.
And that
Really?
boy
Well,
is
there's a lot of different
cooking.
ways to make
Yeah.
meth, but yeah, like
I've always seen when I worked at Kohl's for a while, and I had to
Uh-huh.
watch a training video, and there was videos of like what to not sell. I think it's just like they put it out to everything, and it's
Yeah.
like never sell these items together, and it was like the ingredients for meth.
so Sudafed, they will only sell like a certain amount
Like
to
bleach, you
certain
ca-
people,
yeah.
and they keep track of it. Like I remember, I got one free Roxy one time because the guy I bought them from was like, "I'll give you this for free if you go in there and buy Sudafed for me," because he also cooked meth. And I was like, "That's a fucking." It was such a sick deal.
Yeah,
it was
dude.
like of course, nobody's gonna.
Did he
prove
major in heroin and minor in meth, or opposite?
I think he majored in meth, but every meth head also does pills. Like it's just a
Yeah.
thing. So they had pills a lot. It was a whole compound of them cooking down there. I never did meth or went in there, but yeah, one of my buddies one time, not buddies, he's dead. R.I.P. Tyler. But he wasn't. I was like, he's my friend. No, he's not. He's dead though. Oops. Listen, Tyler, you were a great guy. He died in a car wreck. So
Oh.
he was in the compound at one point because his brother was in there, and he was there all the time. And we were talking about how my gran had just got me a mattress. It was a Tempur-Pedic mattress. And he was like, dude, I slept on one of those recently. I slept for 20 hours straight. It was so comfortable. And I was like, that's nuts. And he was like, yeah. He was like, I'd been up for a couple of days, and then I took a Roxy, and then I woke up 20 hours later. And I was like, it probably wasn't the Tempur-Pedic mattress. You know? It was probably
Probably.
that you were up for a couple days, and you said that really casually, and then you took oxycodone at a really high dosage.
Yeah, dude. I don't think
And
it
then
was
you
the
slept
mattress
for
at
20
all.
hours. 20 hours doesn't seem like
That's-
long enough.
That's meth logic. That's hilarious.
You could
It
have done
is.
that on a couch, buddy.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
dude.
could have done that on a park
was-
bench if they didn't move
What he
ya.
said was, I was so comfortable that I didn't move for 20 hours, so I woke up and my body was all fucked up. I was like, I bet your body was fucked up because it was awake for a couple of days.
Yeah,
you know what
dude.
I mean?
There is nothing better than falling asleep after like being up a long time though. That shit's like, have you ever had
Dude.
to like do travel days when you
Listen, I, because of my history, love nodding out. Obviously, I do not do drugs anymore. When I get tired, I get out there on that couch. Dude, there's nothing more that I love more than to wake up, golf in the morning, come home, I go to the bathroom, I get on the couch, I shower up, I get on the couch, I hit my vape, I put on a golf video, and my eyes, I start to fucking...
dude,
Bro, it's the closest thing to drugs that I get is just being like,
Trying to fight
like,
to stay awake.
Yeah, my body waking me up because my head's falling uncontrollably.
You would
Woo!
see it. They call it bobbing for cock in the military. You would see it because you would train all day, and then they
The
would put
military's so fucking gay.
And
And
they
I
would-
mean that not like, oh, that's gay. I mean like that's literally like
a gay
everything
term.
they have to.
Yeah,
they
because
have.
you would march and shit all day at boot camp specifically. You would
And
march.
then
and
Bob would come in.
Yeah, then Bob would come in with cock.
with his cock.
You would march or like do drills or whatever. Like at boot camp specifically, like you would fucking you would drill all day, which is like marching, and then you'd go and they'd make you watch like a 2-hour class on like whatever the history of whatever, and you would just look over and dudes would just be like, and they would fall with their mouths open, and they called it, and then we started calling it retard. Retard eyes, because you would look up and they'd be like,
I read an article.
leave it in.
Speaking of things like you can't like buy together, you can buy these together, but it's not good. But a lot of undocumented immigrant women die every year because a lot of them get hired to like be like cleaning ladies, and they have different cleaning products south of the border, just like different
Fabuloso.
company. Yeah, just different company. We have that here, but a lot of them don't know or don't realize what cleans what and whatever, and a lot of them mix bleach and
Explode,
ammonia.
yeah.
And they're
It doesn't
like,
explode.
it doesn't explode.
Yeah,
it makes
does.
no,
Bleach
it
and
makes
ammonia does
mustard
not
gas.
explode.
Mustard gas?
It makes
what
mustard
explodes? There was
I
one
don't-
story I heard about mixing
I think you're
ammonia.
thinking of like making a volcano.
Yeah.
Vinegar
baking
and
soda
vinegar.
and vinegar.
When they're cleaning with vinegar and baking soda, and then the volcano goes boom, and they
But
go,
like
"Ay, ay,
20
ay."
like 20 times a year in America, people come home and they're like, Consuela, are you still here? And she's just face first in the bathroom. And they're like,
That's
fuck.
fucked up. But that's
and then it's like,
hilarious.
what do you do? Call the cops? They're like, there's a dead, undocumented immigrant in my house. You just gotta dump it, Consuela, in the lake.
No, you
No, dude, that's like,
Call.
dude, my biggest fear is
Where do they
just
bury
seeing the-
Consuela? Do they ship her back to Mexico?
I don't know what they do with bodies. I've never thought about that. I don't want to.
Should we give it a Google?
No.
No.
What
be
to
more
do
fun.
with an undocumented
Yeah,
immigrant? I don't
Yeah,
want that
that'll-
on my fucking
Yeah,
computer.
that doesn't look good.
What to do if undocumented immigrant dies by accident
By accident,
on your property?
asking for a podcast.
Then the next search, shovels near me.
Bro, fucking Lalo used to have a bit about Fabuloso, and it was like, you know when there's like it's like we know like come and go, like we joke
Yeah.
about come and go DMV. This was like Lalo's bit that people brought up, the Fabuloso. So one time he was doing it at Pompano Brewery actually, and somebody brought him. I think the part of the joke was like him drinking it. Somebody brought him a shot glass of Fabuloso that they had at the bar, and he did it. He drank Fabuloso on camera.
Such a strange commitment to a bit to just quit comedy.
Yeah, right, yeah.
Like
Maybe
I
knock
would
He
some
doesn't
sense
do
into him,
comedy
dude.
anymore,
I
yeah.
wouldn't take a
What do you
shot
mean?
of any cleaning liquid or really anything on stage, and I still do it. It's crazy for someone to be
Yeah.
like, that joke's crazy. Take a shot of Fabuloso on stage, and you're like, yeah, I'll do it to commit to my bit, and then just be like, I should just spend time with my family.
Yeah, it's like, all right, guys, I got to get out of here. I got to call poison control. See ya. Have
All
a
right,
good
guys.
night.
All right,
And,
guys. Things
the whole time he bombed.
Yeah. Things
Yeah.
don't feel right now.
Yeah, my insides feel bad. Yeah,
Dude,
you're right. That is weird commitment. But you've never been put in a situation doing comedy where you're like, I shouldn't be doing this,
Somebody's
but I'm
like,
already in it.
I'm from the DMV. Fuck me right now. And you're like, I guess I have to.
My bit isn't about fucking people in the
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
No, it's
At the
not.
very end. The callback. That's 100% what the callback is.
Yeah.
Well, the callback,
is role
the callback is role play. That is, he wants
Yeah.
his wife to act that way. It's not. Whatever, dude.
It's the same
You know what's
thing.
you know what's really funny is who was it that came and saw us? Was it? Fuck, dude. I want to get his name right.
Oh, Gonzo.
It was either Adrian or Carlos. There's two. Both
There's
of you
two.
guys are
You guys
really
are
good
Adrian.
girls.
Oh, Carlos
And
came in San Diego.
It was funny, like, because we always joke about burning our bits on here. He was
Yeah.
like, I recognize some of the bits that you guys did tonight from the podcast. I'm like, yes, it's starting.
yeah, the avalanche.
But yeah, but for real, that's a real question. You guys have never been in a situation where you're like, why the fuck am I doing that? Just because
what?
of like in comedy, like where you're just like, fuck, I shouldn't be, but I am because that's what this calls for.
You know what that moment was for me was when I first lifted up my Blink-182 tattoo and
But
show
now
the
that's
tattoo.
a part of
I
your
know,
act.
but at first I really didn't want to. At first I thought it was like me like monkey dance type thing where it's like do
Yeah.
the thing because people would always yell show it because it used to just be I
Of
have
course.
this ability this is and then people just started yelling show it and then one day I finally was like fuck dude I'm going to and then I did it and I was like oh okay but that was a thing for me it was like a weird thing where I didn't want to do it because I was like I don't want to fucking
Yeah.
I don't want to give them what
You,
for the sake of doing that.
I don't want to do comedy with this fucking Frankenstein bandage on my
Dude,
head.
it's literally just a Band-Aid.
I
Just
know
wear
it's
a hat.
huge. A hat doesn't go past my ears. Look
Yeah.
how far down this
Just
thing
wear a
goes.
ski mask.
Wear a ski mask. That'll be a totally
Just
normal
do comedy
thing.
in the shiesty.
Yeah, it's shiesty mask, bro.
That'd
It's
be
so
sick.
funny when I see people in a shiesty mask in public. I
hate
saw a
that.
guy
In
in a shiesty
Florida?
It
mask.
scares me.
I saw a guy in a shiesty mask pulling it down to eat his fries at Flanagan's one day. That's
What a
crazy.
fucking idiot.
Talk about commitment to something that that's definitely gonna end soon. Your life probably. If you wear a shiesty mask at Flanagan's, you're not living to see
I want to
60.
go to Flanagan's. Everybody keeps talking about it.
We were gonna eat there last night. I
know.
told him I don't want to go there.
It's fine.
It's
It's like a
I
local
think their
thing,
wings
though, right?
suck.
I thought their wings are good, dude.
I hate them.
Really?
I think they're like the worst wings I've ever had.
What?
I think they're dog shit.
Oh wow.
Really?
I mean, unless you live in Florida, you don't
Where do
care
you
about
think has the
this.
best wings?
Ever?
Yeah.
There's a barbecue spot by my house that's pretty good wings.
What about Thirsty Turtle? You ever been to Thirsty
Thirsty
Turtle?
Turtle has good wings.
They got good weird
that
wings,
the
bro.
brass ring has great wings.
Damn, dude, I'm hungry as fuck.
I'm so hungry too.
I
I
want
didn't
some
eat.
The
chicken
place down the
wings,
street has
bro.
good wings.
I took
Oh, Dixie. That's where we went last
Dixie's
night.
good.
Yeah.
I took two scoops of pre-workout. Went to the gym, did leg day, and then I came here on an empty stomach. I'm fucking running on
I would have given
fumes,
you
dog.
some money or some food.
No, I'm fine.
Damn,
I-
both of you guys are losing it.
I
You guys
watched.
gotta give you money.
I'm
food.
trying to catch a nod. Now that we're
He's
talking
like,
about
dude,
it,
I wanna throw a
wanna
golf
nod
video
out, Dude,
on.
I want to throw a golf video on and fucking. Dude, I watched somebody that we know dearly one time at CNI on a pretty rough night, but not that rough of a night. Like, get so in. I have pictures and shit of it that he took his shirt off on stage
Oh, I
and
don't
then
like
like
that.
poured water on himself.
I think I know who it starts. Does
Who
it start
is
with an
this?
R?
No,
That's not who
wait.
I-
Who are you talking about?
I was thinking Rob Callett. I could see him doing that.
No, Rob does some crazy shit.
Yeah, I could
on
see
stage,
him doing
though.
that. That's what I was saying.
No, you
Who did
know
this?
him really well.
Danny?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was we were new and young, but and afterwards I was like, oh man, and I remember him being like, I shouldn't have done that.
I
was
did
like,
a-
yeah, it's
I did a
fine."
mic at Marina 84
Uh-huh.
a long time ago. This is like 2016. And I got off and I didn't know what to do and I pounded my chest and I said, "My name's Jeff."
I feel like you've told this, but that's so funny. You wait, so when you got off, you were like, my name's Jeff Dolezal.
Way harder than that. I was like, "I'm Jeff." I just
Remember this fucking name.
I just
That's
freaked the fuck out.
crazy, dude.
And then didn't do comedy for like 2 years.
Oh, dude. That's
I wanna
so,
think of-
that's so. Talk about having commitment.
I
and then
remember
giving
there was a
up.
woman right in front of me and she went,
Thank you guys so much for coming out. My name is Jeff.
I didn't even. I finished the joke that I had, and then I didn't know what to do, so I just went, "I'm Jeff," and this woman just went.
That's so crazy.
Do you want to?
Oh, dude, I went into a McDonald's today because I got a free coupon for a free iced coffee. So I was like, "Ooh, I'm gonna go get a free iced coffee," and I went in there, and the guy inside was like, "Damn, you look crazy," because I had this on my head. And
That's such McDonald's customer service. Just like a guy in the visor. It's not even on straight. Just being like, damn, you look
he
crazy.
goes, "Damn, you look crazy." He has no teeth. And I went, "You don't have any teeth." And he went, "Fair point," and then got me my coffee.
Fair point.
He was like, "Fair point." He was a very jolly, probably drug addict.
Yeah, more than likely. We like to work
Very
at
racially
McDonald's and shit.
ambiguous too. I had no idea what this
Yeah,
guy
but
was.
that happens with drug addiction, I think. You're out in the sun, but then you're sometimes closed off for a while. You just become, if you're a drug addict for like a lifetime, especially crackheads, you just become racially ambiguous. Unless it's
He
very
kind of had like a
obvious.
southern drawl, but he was also kind of like he also had like a blackish voice to him too.
That's a
You
typical
couldn't tell.
McDonald's worker thing, though.
Yeah,
to have
yeah,
kind
yeah.
of a black scent, even
Kind
if
of
you're,
a black
whether
scent,
you're
but
black
also
or not.
kind of southern.
It doesn't even matter
Yes.
where you're at either.
No,
Like, it really doesn't.
Dude, I know exactly who in Iowa.
Yeah,
I
you
know
in
exactly what
Iowa,
you're
you
talking
go
about.
into a McDonald's. There's going to be a guy behind the counter,
I'm thinking of
and
a
he's going to kind of talk in a black accent, and he might not even be black, but he might be black, but he might
it's
be
not even
ambiguous.
a black accent, dude. It's McDonald's.
It's a
It's a McDonald's
certain-
accent,
McDonald
dude.
accent.
It's a McDonald's accent.
Yeah.
That little beep boop beep boop beep goes off, and that's just like your metronome to speak
What
with a rhythm.
beep boop
baby.
beep boop thing are you
You
talking
never heard
about?
that noise in McDonald's? Like beep.
Oh
Beep boop, beep
yeah,
boop, beep.
like the screens and shit beep
Yeah,
and
yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
It's
for
like
those guys,
there's
yeah.
always there was a girl I know a girl named Trinity, and that's a name.
Yeah,
that's
that sounds
that's
about
a
right.
McDonald's name.
That-
That's
that
a McDonald's
is,
name,
bro.
dude.
It's also
A stripper
Neo's girlfriend from The Matrix.
Trinity.
So either you
Cool.
work at McDonald's
Or
or you date Keanu Reeves in the 1999 blockbuster The Matrix.
Yeah.
Other McDonald's. Let's think about, dude. The ecosystem of McDonald's is kind of
The manager is overweight 100%
100%
of the time.
100%.
Also, almost
Works a
always a
second
woman.
job. Yep.
Well,
Yeah.
and here's the thing: it's always an overweight woman, and I think they're overweight because
They were in McDonald's.
they've been working at a McDonald's long enough to become the manager.
Have you ever sat?
They also always drive like a really old, large SUV.
Yes.
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 Always. It's always like a 1998 beige Suburban.
You know
Her
when
name
the
is
paint
Pam.
starts to
Huge.
fade and
Yeah,
it looks
yeah,
like it was
yeah,
like
yeah.
sandblasted off?
Mhm.
That's like what? That's okay. That's absolutely right.
Mm-hmm.
Damn, dude. And they always kind of it's like they're mean but stern, but also kind of treat the employees like, oh, y'all are my babies, kind
Mhm.
of. Whether they're black or white.
I had a girl I worked with at Godfather's Pizza who managed she was full-time McDonald's, part-time Godfather's Pizza.
I don't like that commitment, but whatever.
And she
Commit to the Godfather.
commit to the Godfather or the McDonald's. And her name was Pam. She was nice, but she was always bragging. She would brag at her shifts at Godfather's Pizza when she was working the counter that she was a manager at McDonald's.
Well, you're a cashier
yeah,
here,
yeah.
Pam.
She would always.
So
And then
shut
she
the
would,
fuck
you know what
up.
she used to do? She would bring the fucking McDonald's Big Mac sauce and make a pizza with it. She
Ew.
would it was great.
That's fucking gross. But okay,
That's
so
gross,
I'm with
dude.
you, dude. Like I see
it sounds
every once in a while I see an ad for a cheeseburger pizza. It makes me want to kill myself.
they're good.
I'm sure they are,
They're
and I'm
fire.
sure you would feel that way.
You know what it is? That's Iowa like state fair food.
Right? No,
That
wait,
Midwest
no.
trash
What
really
it is
likes.
here's the thing.
You ever eaten a burger on with donut buns? Because that
Dude,
looks disgusting
what?
to me.
Dude, yeah.
That looks gross.
Of course he has. I have never eaten that.
Dunkin' Donuts did that for a while. Or not Dunkin' Donuts. There was
Krispy Kreme?
Krispy Kreme was they were advertising it.
Brother, I don't want Krispy Kreme
Or
to
no,
cook
Hardee's.
meat for me at all.
It was
Hardee's.
It was
did
Hardee's, dude.
Yo, Loki though, Hardee's
Hardee's,
slaps.
dude.
No, it
Hardee's
doesn't.
Carl's
Yeah,
Jr.
no, it
It's
does.
so good.
Yes,
No,
it
it
does.
doesn't.
We had it that one time in the middle of like Alabama. That doesn't count.
And you guys gassed it
It
the
was good,
fuck up
dude.
to the point where we passed. I had to pee. I had to pee worse than I've ever had to pee in my life. And these two fucking numbskulls are passing by exit after exit that has a sign that's like Chick-fil-A, McDonald's, TGI Fridays. I'm like, there's restaurants there. There's restaurants there. And they're like, no, we have to. You've never been to a Hardee's. You got to go to a
Hardee's
Hardee's.
is great.
It was fucking fine.
It's
I
better
had to
than-
pee so bad. Also, manager of that place, very
Hilarious.
large woman.
very large
that,
black woman.
That was so funny too. Do you remember when she was like, the person was bringing the trailer to the wrong
she was
place?
like-
She was like, they do this every week.
Yeah,
she was so
She was like,
mad.
I know for sure they don't get their deliveries until 3 p.m. on Wednesdays.
Yeah, she was-
Dude, you guys would have been very proud of me. I lost my shit at someone on the airplane.
No
Hey.
way. What happened? Tell us.
I was on the red eye
You stood
back
up for
from
yourself.
L.A. to Fort Lauderdale.
Okay.
And this woman was being very bitchy throughout the plane. She was right in front of me.
Oh fuck.
And she leaned her seat back while I was like sleeping on my hands and hit me in the forehead, and that pissed me off. But I didn't know she was a cunt yet. So
Right, so you don't say anything.
so I didn't
and
say
also
anything.
it's like
I was like, whatever.
yeah.
It's a long flight. Put your
She
seat
might
back.
not have-
I don't
yeah.
care. But then she was being bitchy to the ladies in the aisle. She was bitchy to the person in front of us. And then towards the end of the flight, I woke up. I fell asleep and I woke up and I wanted to see where we were in the flight. So I was like hitting the touch screen to go to like the flight tracker. And she goes, "Can you stop tapping on the seat?" And I said, hey, shut the fuck up, lady, which got a pop on the plane.
Yeah, dude.
Like 3 people started chuckling, and
Fuck yeah.
and she just turned back around.
Yeah.
And it was like, I think our time, like 5:30. My plane landed at 7. It was like 5:30 Eastern time. And I was just like, can you stop that? Just shut the fuck up, lady.
I
Let's
love that,
go,
dude.
dude.
Dude,
Oh,
a
it's
lady
good.
on my flight ate not 1 but 2 packages of tuna. 2.
Kick her off.
Dude,
That's a terrorist.
Yeah, that's a terrorist.
you
That's
don't
terrorism.
deserve to be on a plane. Mind you, I was flying Spirit. The lowest class of people fly Spirit. And
Frontier is worse.
I
argue
know
this.
you say that every
I
time.
argue it.
I really think they're synonymous. You've had one poor Frontier experience. Dude, this woman opened up a package of tuna, and I looked. She was row in front of me across the aisle. And I went, I had my headphones in. She didn't have headphones in. And I went, man, that's fucking gross. Like, like loud, where I'm sure she could have heard it, but I don't know if she thought. And then she kept going, and I went, man, that smells fucking terrible. And I'm just looking at my phone, but I'm saying it out loud. And then, dude, she puts it away. And I'm like, okay, it's over. You didn't snap. Because I'm trying not to snap. I've been feeling better lately.
The flight marshal should kill her.
Bro,
Yeah,
she
dude,
should be shot dead on arrival.
That is an act of terrorism.
As soon as we got to the Houston airport, they should have walked her out on the fucking tarmac and shot her in the fucking head. But instead of that, she opened another fucking bag right after that.
A
It wasn't
bag?
even like later. You know those
Oh,
like
the little
pouches?
99-cent
It
ones?
wasn't even later. Like it wasn't like she was like, oh, I know I brought
She
2
just
of these. I got
back-to-back tuna?
She back-to-back packages of tuna. And the second one was like a honey tuna because I read the fight. It was like a sweet sriracha, and you could smell the sweetness in it. And I out
Wait,
loud.
does she have a can opener?
No, so
The little bags.
they're like I
know
have
the
one in
blue
here,
ones. I know
actually.
exactly what
yeah,
you're talking
and
about.
you tear them off at the top. And guess what? When you throw those away, the smell doesn't go anywhere.
Yeah, what
she
did
does.
do with the bag?
Bro, it was fucking infuriating.
put it in the
I
little
out loud when
pouch
she
in
started
front of-
eating the second one, I said again, that's fucking gross out loud, and then I went, how fucking inconsiderate can you be? And then the 2 girls sitting next to me were like, that's gross, and I was like, thank you.
The fact that TSA didn't screen that is
Dude.
crazy. They should have a
Dude.
bomb-sniffing dog, a drug-sniffing dog, and a tuna-sniffing
I
dog.
absolutely
And here's the
agree.
thing. If I go to like a Jersey Mike's, I like a little tuna sub. I like tuna.
I think it's gross.
You bring
but
it on a
continue.
fucking plane, you're a nutcase.
Yeah.
You are a nutcase.
Dude, somebody else walked on with 3 fucking pizza boxes.
Yeah.
3 large pizzas.
How
And
about-
now here's the deal. The cabin smells like pizza now. I don't mind that at all.
Yeah, pizza's
I think
not
it's crazy. How are you going to fit that in your seat? It was literally the size of my stomach to the seat in front of me. 3 large pizza boxes. Crazy move. That's fine. I'm fine with that. I've seen people bring produce. I saw a guy bring a bag of groceries on the plane that I'm positive he bought before he got on the plane. It had lettuce. It had bananas. That was crazy. Whatever. Tuna, eating 2 packages of tuna is not only insane and disgusting, it is the most inconsiderate thing I've ever seen somebody do in public. I would have rather somebody... When I was at Starbucks before this, I would rather somebody shit on the floor next to me than have to sit next to this fucking lady eat two bags of tuna.
You know what's gross too is like at most she has like half a cup of water to like wash it down.
it was
It's
so
like
gross.
Her mouth is pasty tuna, just.
Oh, so fucking nasty.
And then she reunites with her loved one after the flight. Maybe
she was with him. It was 2 young
and
kids.
there's nothing grosser than flight mouth and butt. When you get off a long
Oh, dude,
flight,
oh.
there's
You
no
stink.
smellier butthole
Dude, I always
than
get little.
flight
I
butt.
always get little zits after sitting for too long on a flight. I always get little butt zits.
I always have. I swear to God, if you put like a high intensity microphone up to my pants as I'm like walking off of a plane, you could hear my butt cheeks. Beep, boop, beep, boop,
Dude,
beep, boop.
I
Fucking gross.
something about
It
being
gets swampy
something
down
about
there,
being
dude.
on a plane makes me fart more than I've ever farted ever in
Dude,
my
for
life,
whatever
dude.
reason, on the flight, my flight to
I fart so
Atlanta
much on
and then my
planes.
flight to
It's
Phoenix,
so
both flights,
inconsiderate.
there were so many dudes watching Puss in Boots. It was
Yeah,
nuts.
dude. Oh my
It
God.
was
We
crazy.
talked about this because you mentioned it, and then I was like, I saw a guy watching Puss in Boots too, like on the way.
I've seen so many people watching.
'cause
The
we
guy
flew on the
next to me was watching Puss in Boots and dying laughing. There was a probably 40-year-old man watching Puss in Boots, just going. the whole flight. I was like, this is crazy. And maybe I dreamt this, but I'm pretty sure I looked over and there was like an action scene, and I swear I remember him going, he was really in
There was a guy
Boots.
next to me on the plane on the way to Phoenix. We took the same flight watching Puss in Boots. It wasn't the same guy.
No,
It was a
not the
different
same
man
guy.
watching Puss in Boots.
When we were flying in, there was, the people who stand up on the planes when you land, and they like try to get, and it bothers me all the time. I hate when people do that.
Yeah.
This lady who was sitting, I had a middle seat on the way back, and this lady, she was a bigger black woman, was sitting next to me, and when people started standing up behind us, and like people started
Are
filing
we in
up,
the Patreon yet?
no.
Okay.
She stood up, and what she did was she stood up because this guy was like, when you can tell that they want to fucking go. She stood up and then boxed everybody out, and then let us go in front of her, then let the next row over
Sick.
go in front. She switched, and then she boxed the guy out purposely who was standing up.
Fuck
It
yeah.
was so
That's
goddamn
That's
funny.
a queen right
yeah,
there.
because
I
she,
love that.
dude, she was like, it was funny because she was like,
That's
go ahead,
I
go
dare
ahead.
you to say something to
Yeah,
me.
dude. Yeah.
Here's the deal. Nothing. If you want, here's the. I'm a big guy, so when the plane lands and I can stand.
Are you a stander?
If I not always. Not always,
Dude,
but
that
sometimes I
changes
do
me.
because dude, you have to consider how uncomfortable I am
I'll
for
stand,
3
but
hours.
not in the aisle.
And it's really just see, I can't
I
stand up.
hate when
I
people
hunch
stand
I'll
on the
over.
stand,
plane.
pop my knees out, put my arms up in the air, and then I'll sit back down because there's all these people. I'm not trying to get my way
I
up
hate-
through that, but there's nothing, dude. I've thrown shoulders into people who are trying. I get out with no care for anybody else. If you're behind me and it's obviously my turn to get out, I'm coming into the aisle. You can try to walk by me. I will put you into the row next to me, dude. I am not like, I'm just going to stand up as if you're not even there.
I like that. I like
Yeah.
that because I hate when motherfuckers.
You
if
wait.
I see,
You wait. You're sitting in the back. You get out last.
if I'm, dude, yes. If
You want to pay $12 for the seat that I paid for? You want to pay $12 for this aisle seat in row 14? You pay for it. You didn't. You're in the back, idiot.
I love it. The second I see the plane land and somebody stands up, I always go, "This motherfucker." I
Yeah.
hate it, dude.
I don't get in the aisle, but I'll stand up and just kind of hunch because like the
Yeah.
I know.
ceiling's
Yeah,
over
yeah,
here.
the weird little.
I'll hunch. I stand up immediately and I fart immediately.
Yeah, dude, I'm farting on
Okay.
the plane
Immediately.
like
So,
no
Here's
other.
what I wanted to say. Is as much as I harped on the lady and the tuna, I do be farting on planes.
I fart.
But I think
girl, I be farting.
I be
on planes.
farting.
Farting.
So, but I do think that
Farting. I be
it's-
farting on planes.
I be farting. You know me.
Bitch, I pay for this seat. I'm a fart in there.
You ever shit in a plane? I love shitting in planes.
I've never
dude.
once.
I
shit
love
in a plane in
walking.
my life.
I love walking. I love to walk to take a shit on a plane because I fart in front of everyone. I go,
So-
you're not.
You know what's
escaping
really
this."
good when you fold the tray down? Change your baby on that thing.
you got you. Oh, next person gonna put his head on that.
But I do think though, farting once the plane has landed is disrespectful because the air stops circulating.
That's
and now we all just have to sit in it.
I also
welcome,
do- you know what I
welcome
like?
to hell.
I also don't. I was trying to write a joke about it. I could never get it to work, but it's crazy to me that first class boards first, and then you just have to like. It's like you're doing a parade of poor people to the back, and they just
Yeah.
have to sit there and they just look up.
Joe
at you.
List kind of has a bit about that.
Does he?
Yeah.
But it's just like I'm gonna hit. I have the thing where it's like sometimes I purposely, if I have a big bag, a big carry-on, I'll purposely hit people in first class, and I go, "You're gonna look at me. You're gonna get fucking hit with this goddamn $20 Nike bag."
I always judge the people in first class because there's always like one or two people where I'm like,
You shouldn't be there.
how the fuck did you get there? It's like
You
the
shouldn't be
most
there.
goofy looking idiot. You're like, how the fuck are you in first
Well,
class? 'Cause
so-
there's always like the guy in like the button down and he's like on it. He's like reading the Wall Street Journal and it's like, hey, what's up, 1970s? But
Yeah.
then
He's performative.
yeah, but then there's there's always like one black dude who's got like a chain and it's like you're cool. But then there's always like some dude who has like a triple XL like Under Armour shirt and he's like,
Yeah.
With his son, dude.
Yeah,
He's
and it's
always
like,
got his son.
how the fuck?
Yeah.
What did you do to get first class? I sat first class once and I was in a suit like a real dickhead.
What about dude?
wait, what?
I was in a suit and a Louis Vuitton belt in first class. I
Why?
was on my way to a funeral.
What were they landing in the gravesite? Where?
I had to get a very last-minute flight, and I had to get first class. It's the only fucking thing available.
How was it,
I
though?
remember you telling me this.
Who gives a fuck?
You know
Is
who,
it worth it? I've
No.
never done it.
No.
you know who
it's not.
I judge. But here's the
If you
thing.
get
What
the
about-
upgrade? Yes. Get to pay for it? No.
Here's the thing. You guys don't understand how uncomfortable I am the entire flight. I saw the way you fit in there. You guys fit in there. It's not even a problem.
My knees hit the seat in front of me.
My
Yeah, I'm not
kneecaps
comfortable.
were shoved into the seat in front of me for total flight time 7 hours.
Just
I
be
literally
shorter.
felt like I had
Which is why we're
bruised
starting a Patreon. So
Yeah,
we can upgrade
so-
to first class so this big old Frankenstein can fly in comfort.
Yeah. So here is the people that I judge the most. You're in first class on a Spirit Airlines flight. What class level are you? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's
like being like
upper lower class.
Actually, I got the fully loaded Mitsubishi.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
a piece of shit.
It's been, it literally is being like, yeah, my Ford Fiesta has leather seats. Like, pick where, you know what it is, you know what energy it is. It's the guy who has the 1999 Toyota Corolla on 24-inch chrome rims.
Yes.
What are you doing?
There's
Pick
a through
your
line between Spirit
priorities.
Airlines and the person
And
who
the
drives
cro-
that car.
there
What
might
is that?
be. There might be, but not always. But sometimes. But yeah, I don't understand because here's the deal. I know what it costs. It costs a lot to upgrade. You should have just flown a normal airline.
Yeah.
It's so
You coulda
much a
just
better
flown
experience.
Delta for
Yeah,
that
you
if you're
could just fly
upgrading.
Delta.
That's a thing.
Man,
What tier?
Delta was great, but that baby was nuts.
There was a baby on the way.
Do we wanna switch over to
Did you see
Patreon?
Did you see? There was a baby. The lady. Yeah, we will. The lady eating tuna. There was a baby in front of her that would not. It had something to tell us. You know?
What if it was she
was
feeds
a-
the baby tuna?
I would have
There was a
murdered both
baby
of
on
them.
our flight from Atlanta to Phoenix that was not crying, screaming the entire time. And I watched the film Eraserhead, which, if you've ever seen it, is a film
Sounds
about
racist.
like
It does sound racist, but it's
not. It's a film about a man who has a kid who's not ready for it. He has a child out of wedlock, and it's about what if you have a kid and you don't love it the way you feel like you should, and you're like, why don't I love this kid? This is crazy to me.
Yeah.
And then hearing that baby cry while watching that movie, you're like, I gotta get a vasectomy.
I gotta.
I
snip,
can't
I
have
gotta snip
kids.
these nuts. Okay, we got to move over to the Patreon.
We are officially starting our very first Patreon move over.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. Check out
If you want more of this, it's $5 for an entire month.
and you get
let-
4 more episodes.
Barely over $1 a week. You're not even paying us you're barely paying over $1 an episode.
And it makes us feel like we're doing something productive too.
And honestly, we
supporting
need the
us.
money so bad, dude.
Yeah,
I'm so
dude,
tired
yeah,
of flying Spirit.
This shit sucks. All right.
Okay, bye.
Bye.